is coming? That is a popular conversation that people are having on TikTok right now, among really across all platforms. We see what's going on over there in Iran. Very unfortunate. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As somebody that did 10 years in the military, I hate to see my brothers in arms have to risk their lives in general. You know what I mean? That's as much as I'm gonna say on that for now. Maybe I'll say more throughout the video. But yeah, so a lot of people are worried about getting drafted. Now I'm somebody that volunteered. So it is very interesting because, throughout my years of being in the military, I would always say to my friends, man, why don't you just join the military? If they're struggling or something, I'm like, bro, just join the military. And the reactions, like, in fact, I have an uncle that is in prison right now in Rikers Island facing some time. And I will never forget one of the things he said to me before, like we was on the phone before he, got incarcerated. He was like, I can't believe you would I can't believe you would sign up to work for Uncle Sam or something like that. This country don't love us. And I just can't help but to think, yeah, now you're also working for Uncle Sam, but for free labor. In fact, I think y'all make our uniforms. And shout out to my uncle, man. It's just a joke. I'm gonna tell him one day he gets out. It'll be some time, but I just know that people do not want to join the military. They've always looked at me crazy for joining the military until they saw the good things that came, out of it for me. My son coming down the stairs. Y'all hear somebody in the background. But without further ado, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I am on my road to 100,000 subscribers. I'm like 2,000 away. So everybody that hit that button, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Very, very, very transparent in the most recent videos that I've been posted since the war has started. I told you guys in a recent post that it was rumors that they are going to start drafting people from the U.S. to go over and help fight that war in Iran. Not only are they thinking about, in the rumor is true. They are going to start drafting American people to go over and fight that war in Iran. And I told you guys recently that they were talking about boots on the ground over in Iran. Everything so far has been nothing but aerial strikes, guys. Even though we lost 7 U.S. Soldiers since this war has started, some people are saying that it's more soldiers, but we would know that by now. Now they're talking about drafting people. Now, if you guys don't know what draft means, that means if you are above age 18 years old, I think 18 years old to your middle or late 30s, they can draft you as long as you don't have a disability. If you have a disability, you cool, you clean, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
About to have mad people playing crazy.
Well, a lot of people are probably gonna sign for disabilities, and not only that, might as well have the feminists fight because they wanted to fight. Might as well have the feminists go in the military. Nah, I'm joking when I say that. I'm joking. We don't want feminists in the military that destroy the military. But the point is, might as well have people that talk about feminist power put them on the front line. They said they want to be men, right? Right? Am I correct? But anyhow, even with this thing that's going on with Iran, we really should not. We shouldn't be a part of this because, see, now we're at points where this has already escalated and it's going to turn into a full-blown war. So now we're locked in. There's no going out now. Now we're here, and the bullet's in the chamber now. It's already been unleashed. So here we go. Here we go.
You know what I mean? Breaking their ankles. You about to have mad people playing. You know what I mean? They're about to go John Q. This is my son.
But if you are a parent, even if you a mom, and you within that age of 18 to in your 30s,
going too.
they can draft you. They don't care how many kids you got.
Back it up.
They don't care.
See, here's the thing. Now, I love like a lot of militaristic stuff. That stuff is cool and awesome, and I would love a lot of our patriots. You know what I mean? Our vets. But the point is, this is the sad reality, but it's true. A lot of people are very disrespectful to a lot of war vets, and not only that, a lot of people are are very mean to a lot of vets that that get out of the military. People do not care, and people, let's just say it for what it is. A lot of people, they don't care unless it's someone's family or their friends or someone that really does care about them. But when push comes to shove, people don't care if someone got taken out for freedom or lost a limb for freedom. And it really is sad. And a lot of these wars, it's all based off of a false flag. It's all for money. It's all for covering up dirty laundry. And it really, it boils down to money every time. That's what it always boils down to. And in my personal opinion, we shouldn't be over here in Iran because guess what? I don't want more Americans to die. I don't want anyone dying, period. Or losing limbs. Something's going on here with my computer. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on. It's my internet's acting slow. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know what is going on. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to edit this part out. I don't know what's going on. Man, you got to be kidding me. Dude, what is going on? You got to be kidding me, man. I'm sorry, y'all. This thing's acting crazy. Hmm. You got to be kidding me. This thing's acting crazy. Hmm. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me, man. This is not what I need right now.
Happen here, man. War
Sorry, I don't know what was going on there.
War III is no longer a rumor, guys. War III is here. One person.
Man, this topic really got me thinking right now. But you know what else I've been thinking about? The fact that my subscribers are making money. So this subscriber right here DM'd me and he made $3,000 in 70 days. So I tell y'all all the time to DM me if y'all make any money, clicking the link in my description or the link in the comment section. All right, people are making money playing games. All right, free cash. All right, so I told him to send me a screenshot right here. Here's a screenshot of his earnings. This is not a fake screenshot or anything like that. I don't know this guy. I don't think we follow each other. Well, yeah, he follows me. But shout out.
I'm not saying this isn't legit. The only thing I'm very careful about people playing on games is that where's the money coming from? That's the only thing. And not only that, there's a lot of scams out there. I'm not saying this guy is. I don't know, but
To him.
if you guys want to do this, I mean, you can check it out if you want to. But I'm not gonna say do anything because if I don't know any of this stuff, I'm not gonna endorse something that I don't know about.
And then
Or I don't know what it does, you know what I mean? I pretty much get all this stuff. Like, I get the gist of this, but I'd be very careful with all this type of stuff. But I'm not saying this guy's not legit. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I don't know this guy or anything. But anyway.
I asked him, I said, that's wild, bro. What games do you be playing so I can let the people know? He said, bingo, all of the bingo. I haven't really seen it. All right. But like I said, I'll leave the.
And we all are about to suffer. Every last one of us, man. So all I'm saying is get prepared. I know.
As I'm listening to this, I think we don't take this serious because.
See, I agree with him. I don't think people are taking this serious enough. Because what's going to happen is, I'm just going to say it for what it is here. We're basically at the cusp. This is end of the world type stuff. This is what this is. And I'm telling you, once people lose food and water and their luxury, they will flip out. And then when people start flipping out, they become violent. And then people start taking out each other. It's not good. It's not good.
We haven't
And then it'd be like some sort of last man standing apocalyptic type stuff.
really seen it happen like in our time. And when I say our time, I mean like millennials and Gen Z. We haven't really seen it at a huge magnitude. Like you've heard of America going to Mexico and, taking this leader or something, and then, okay, the smoke clears. Nobody's talking about it anymore. The way this is going, the way our president is talking, you can't help but to take this a lot more serious than anything else that has ever happened in the past. So,
See, here's what's dangerous about Iran, too. Russia and China have a lot of stuff there. Russia and China, they're allies with a lot of countries in the Middle East. And so I'm very careful. Because, see, here's the thing. If you go to war with one country, then you go into war with multiple countries. And, see, that's where we have to be careful. It's kind of like a doctor, doing surgery. It's like, we got to be careful where we're hitting here because we're dissecting. Because if you hit an artery, you're automatically just started World War III. So, or technically World War IV, but anyhow, that's a different story for a different time. But anyhow, we need to pull out. But once we strike them, now it's too late. So now we're locked in now. America's locked in now, which I hate because I don't want it. I don't want America to go to war. I don't want this.
while I want to sit here and, I would love to tell some jokes in this video.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that when push comes to shove, if you have to defend yourself, you have to defend yourself. But at the same time, I'm just like, we don't have to do this. We don't have to go to war with another country. We don't have to do this. We just don't. And yeah, you can make money with Iran, but lives are not worth money. And I get the fact that, it's like you're in a chess game here. It's kind of like you make one move, it could cost the lives of just a few people, but then you can make another move, and it could cost the lives of millions of people. But the point is, I don't want anyone's lives to get costed, period. I just say we rebuild America. We figure out how to do it and leave all these other countries, leave them alone. And if we have any secret missions we can do to take out some bad people in other countries, secretly, I'm all for that. But I'm not over here trying to start wars, and I don't want Americans getting more killed. I don't want anyone really. It's just not good.
So, people, start doing your push-ups. start going on these long walks with a heavy book bag on your back, because there's a possibility that there is going to be a draft. There's a possibility. I know y'all look at me and y'all like, oh, you're military. I'm not.
The sad reality is there probably will be one. Because see, we're already set in now, and see, America has been infiltrated from the inside out. America has been. We have sleeper cells all over the country. It's not even funny. It's not even funny, dude. We know where this is heading. I mean, we all know that where this is heading.
Military intelligence. Yeah, I mean, so where I can give y'all some type of insight. So I don't want y'all to go off of my word and be like, well, he did say it's going to be a draft. Mom, start doing your sit-ups. Like, I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is there's a possibility of these things. Like, this is seeming a lot crazier than anything else I've seen in my lifetime. Now, I mean, I'm somebody that...
I'm not saying... Okay, here's the thing. Maybe we can have a miracle, maybe it might not happen. But the way it's looking right now, it looks like it might happen. But we'll see how this rolls. Maybe not. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Something tells me we're locked in now.
Went to Iraq. I didn't see Iraq start.
Which we just need to completely pull out. Completely just pull out.
Now, I mean, I had to go to Iraq after everything already started years ago. This is the beginning. It's usually the beginning of something that you want to be of a war that you really want to be worried about. So I would say, you know, just keep up with the news. And I'm also going to plug this in. I'm hearing a lot of people say, keep up with the international news. Because it's sad to say it, but our media hides a lot. And if you haven't learned that in the last couple of years, you can't really trust what you see on the news. Everything is extremely biased.
Yeah, sadly, you can't really trust anything at this point because everything is propaganda.
The international news, I mean, it's a chance that they're biased as well. But I'm hearing that they not holding no punches and they telling the truth. You know, so definitely check that out. But this is all something to consider. But Gen Z getting drafted. What would Gen Z do during a draft? My Gen Zers, what would y'all do? Would y'all go? Are y'all going? Are y'all sending y'all kids? You know, all my parents, y'all sending y'all kids, all my fellas, you know, are y'all going? I think it's from the age of 19 to...
What probably might happen is that a lot of people, they're just not going to fight. And then that will probably be the takeover. I mean, America's already taken over, but I hate to say it, if it does get down to that point, that could be the end of America. Or it already is, you know.
Like 35 or 39 or something like that, you get drafted.
I'm not a pessimist, and I'm not this guy over here who's going to have this, like, toxic positivity type crap. I'm a realist. I'm a straight shooter. I'm a straight shooter. And if I have to be real and honest, if we're looking at America right now, and America's culture, it's cooked. It's screwed. I mean, we all know this, but it's just not being taken serious enough. And the sad reality is that's how it's going to be easy to take over America because people are not paying attention. And then when they're not paying attention, they'll be easily controlled. And that's how this is, I hate to say it, that's how this might roll. But always do the research for yourself and always question things for yourself. Before anyone and anything, always think for yourself, always. Because a lot of people, they're going to tell you to do the opposite because they want control over you. And you have to be careful because it's dangerous. You know, people are things are getting really dicey. Very dicey. Too dicey. It's been dicey. Now it's getting even more dicey.
Are you going or are you going to find a way out? And what's going to be your excuse? Like, what would be your excuse in not going if you're trying not to go, right? The Gen Z.
You really
that guy's reacting. He's dead on. He's right. Yeah.
imagine a military draft with this generation? Man, President Trump, good luck with that shit.
I don't think people are gonna. I tell you what might happen. what will probably happen is you'll see a lot of professional athletes. They'll get drafted. I don't think a lot of people are going to want to fight. I really don't. You might have people that will do it, but let's just say it for what it is. I don't know if they'll make it. I hate to say this, but it's true. A lot of them, they'll be used as cannon fodder. And it's the sad reality, but it's the truth.
The TikToks.
There's no way that this generation will allow you to draft them. These motherfuckers will rather go to jail. And if anything, jail ain't that bad nowadays anyway. I mean, motherfuckers is in jail with cell phones. Motherfuckers is in jail with dating profiles, and they got more women than the motherfuckers in the free world. I mean, they in jail.
That's the sad reality, yeah. That's the truth.
They're making hibachi and all type of shit. So, jail for a lot of these
Playing
young
arts and
kids is
craft
looking
in there.
better than the military. And I'm sorry, not to knock this generation, but it ain't the toughest set of people. I mean, these guys are walking around with fucking purses and bags and
Yeah, and they're painting their fingernails.
got their ass off.
I will tell you this, man. All of the political games and
Hey, sorry for a lot of the cussing with my viewers. I know, like, and a lot of these guys, I agree with them. They're speaking the truth, but I do what, of course, I want to see if I can get an option to bleep this out. Even though a lot of you guys, you probably are cussing a lot all the time, but I want to figure out how I can bleep all this stuff out so you guys don't have to listen. But I agree with these guys 100%. They're 100%. I agree with them.
like fight for this and it'll change.
And see, then you got all these people out here. They're telling all this motivational stuff. Dude, it's not worth your life. It's not worth losing your freaking limbs for what? You know what I mean? For what? For a country that will throw you up, for people that will throw you under the bus and not give a crap about you and talk about, it's your patriotic dude. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for patriotism. I'm all for it. But at the same time, I don't think it's cowardly to say it's okay for us to question motives and ulterior motives here. And it's okay for us to question, well, if we're going to war before we go to war, what the heck are we fighting for? What is this all about? And then you start to see that the things you're fighting for is that's corrupt people's dirty laundry of money. And this is the sad reality, but it's true. And then on top of that, it's like that quote, it really is true. War is young men dying and old men talking. That's the truth.
And I'm not doing that because it's not right. All of that does not fly in the military. The military is a whole different world. And you don't have that much say-so. Because it just takes a couple of people with some rank to shut you up and anybody else that tries it. It is not the place you out here fighting for the cause and you're trying to make it's a lot of shut up and grab your weapon. Shut up and do as I say. Shut up and put your boots on. And it might even sound like shut up. Nowadays, and I mean, if you're not in the military, you shouldn't be putting up with nobody that's telling you to shut up at your job. But a lot of people don't even like authority in this generation. You're in for a rude awakening.
See, here's my thing. I'm not against authority. I'm against the fact that if someone is corrupt in authority, that's where I have a problem. And I have a problem to where I don't hate the military. I think a lot of the military stuff, that stuff's cool. I think a lot of that, like, I love patriotism, but, I'll keep saying this forever. Is it really patriotic to fight for politicians' dirty laundry? Is that really patriotic? Is it really patriotic to die for people who don't really give a crap about you? And I'm all for it. I'm all for, like, hey, I'm all for, like, doing the right thing even when people are looking or when they're not looking. But this has nothing to do with doing the right thing. It's, all wars are scripted. It's always a false flag. And then a lot of great people, this is how this always rolls. A lot of strong people, they get used as cannon fodder.
in the military because there's so many egos. And it sucks, but you got to kind of feed into certain people's egos. You almost have to, because I can't say no. You know what I mean? Like, you got to actually feed into this person's ego, knowing that this is just coming from an ego. There's so many things I've done in the military, whether it be training, whether it be deployment, whether it be whatever. Just, in the rear. In the rear, for y'all that don't know what that means, because some of y'all's minds is crazy. That means like stateside, like here, just being at your unit. That's crazy. But that had to.
Yeah, a lot of people make it some weirdo type way. I'm like, that's not what he's trying to say.
Explain that. But anyways, so many things I've had to deal with that is straight ego. Somebody's ego. Somebody's feelings was hurt. So they took it out on us. Like, it's a lot.
See, that's the sad reality is that's how life rolls, man. It's people that get angry and they always have to take it out on other people. And it's the same thing over and over again. And they get away with it over and over again. It's like, wow. It's crazy, man. They won't get away with it with God, but still, I hate to say it, but it's true. A lot of people, they just get a little slap on the wrist. They don't even get a slap on the wrist. They get away. They get away with it.
Out of that, and Gen Z, the fight for my rights generation, cancel culture. They'll be in there trying to cancel their first sergeant. They'll be in there trying to cancel their sergeant major, man. We're gonna cancel them. Let's stick together. We're gonna make a couple of posts and we're gonna send it up. Send it to HR. Okay, we're gonna file EO complaint. You know what's crazy? The things that I'm saying is actually already happening. Like, this is actually already happening. And
see, here's the thing, too. While America is divided amongst itself, China has super soldiers. All these other countries, they're over here training for freaking annihilation. Not just war. We're talking domination, annihilation, to where you can't get back up. And America's not prepared. And a lot of these numbers we're being told, a lot of it probably is we don't know if these are correct numbers. We don't know. Because for all we know, we could be being told that we got a lot of great numbers in the military just to get us to have confidence or to show other countries how powerful we are. But really, our country is not as powerful as it seems because everything's being depleted. And we're heading into a Great Depression on freaking steroids. I mean, this stuff does not get better. I mean, the Titanic sunk. It's already under the freaking water. And now it's going down even more into the water. So, we'll see how this all rolls, but I'm telling you, it's not looking good. And I'm not a pessimist. I'm just saying, this is not adding up. It's just not.
And don't get me wrong, people make good cases because there are things that go on in the military that should not be going on. That's a fact. But the powers that be have the last say so. I'll say that.
Well, here's the thing, too. Even with the military, everyone who's the higher up, you're either a person who takes orders or gives orders. You're either one or the two. Everyone who is higher up can give orders. Everyone who's below them are pawns. And the sad reality is, but it's true, the higher ups look at, not all of them, but there's a lot of people that are higher up that could have heart. But at this point, I don't know about that. But anyhow, a lot of people that are higher up or in charge, not all of them, but a lot of people will look at the people that are below them like pawns as disposable. Even though, yes, people are human lives, and yes, their souls, and their souls matter. But the point I'm trying to make is that that's how this rolls. It's war. And it's a sad reality, but it's true. People, they're looked at as disposable. No one cares if someone gets blown up. They don't. As long as they're not in jeopardy, they don't care. And that's the sad reality of all this.
and that can get silenced. You can get silenced very fast. So, yeah, Gen Z will definitely struggle. Even though we have Gen Z in the military right now, Gen Z is kind of struggling. To be honest with y'all, they have actually changed things for Gen Z. Let me tell y'all one of the things that they changed, and this baffles me every time I hear it, or every time I think about it. Back when I was in basic training, granted, I wasn't in basic training in the hardest times. You know, you'll have OGs tell you that back in the day, my drill sergeant was whooping our ass. I wasn't in basic training at that time. I had drill sergeants. I would never forget this one drill sergeant, bro. This drill sergeant walked through the showers. Mind you, we had showers, but there was like no shower curtain, like in basic training. So you can walk by and it's just, you know, just mad people, just naked people, right? Naked men just showering. Now, you know, it's kind of like an unspoken rule. Just don't look. Like, we all got to do this. Nobody wants to, but just don't look over it, you know? Then you have some people like myself, like I'd shower with my boxers on. Like, I mean, I just switch my my boxers
See, that's exactly that's the way to play it.
off once I get out. But you had this one drill sergeant I'll never forget. This dude was walking through the showers and he was like, now he wasn't next to my shower, I'll just say that, all right? Even though I showered with my boxers on, he was walking through the showers and he was like, damn. And then somebody was like, what's up, drill sergeant? He was like, I mean, what they say is not true. Somebody was like, what do you mean, drill sergeant? Mind you, we're taking showers, bro. You know, but this is supposed to be like a funny drill sergeant and soldier moment. He's like, what they say about black people is not true.
Oh man, I know where he's going with this. He's gonna say there's gonna be a lot of people that have a bunch of small, you know what?
Y'all are in here struggling.
I know what he's saying, man. What the heck?
Yo, I was dying. Like, I was dying laughing. Like, shit was funny. But at the same time, it was also like, I'm like stuck in my basic training, this shit is okay mind. You know what I mean? But afterwards, I was like, that was outrageous. Like, that was outrageous.
You know what he means by saying that, right? He's either meaning there's no way, man. What the heck? He's either meaning they're struggling because they're having a hard time running around the showers, I guess, butt naked, and they're trying not to run into each other, or he's talking about their freaking you-know-whats. He's calling the you-know-whats, so I know what's going on there. By the way, I'm not some weirdo when I say that, okay? So no one take this out of context and clip it. Please do not clip it, because I don't mean it in some weirdo type way. But I know what that drill sergeant, I know what he's trying to say.
You know what I mean? And you think about the generation now, they would have found a way to put him in the files. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not okay, but it also was a joke. He also was weird with other things, you know, so I understand it. But now, in basic training, they have a stress card. I don't know.
What? That doesn't shock me, but that's like, what?
They still have it, because I know the new guy over the military, he's been changing a lot of things, but it's a card that if the drill sergeant is yelling at you too much, or he's doing too much, and you're starting to feel stressed, you can say, drill sergeant.
Dude, what the heck? Yeah, but in a sense, that's basically silencing the drill sergeant. That's cutting the legs under the table. That's saying, oh, you can't talk to me now.
Too much. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I can't do it anymore. Back off. Drill sergeant gotta. All right, let's think about this. Just put the card away. He's like kryptonite.
I mean, it's like a green card or something.
Yo, that is that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous to me. When I first heard
that is pretty nuts though. I've never that is pretty like, what the heck? So basically, every time the drill started screaming at you, you just put it up every time.
Heard that, I was like, that is ridiculous. You want to know why?
For all we know, you could be promoted in the ranks faster for doing that. Probably not. They'd probably promote someone who takes. Actually, I don't know. To be honest with you, maybe they would. They promote you in the ranks. They'd be like, that's assertive leadership.
Being in the military is very stressful. I'm not just talking about somebody yelling at you. The thought of the possibilities, the being in certain places, the seeing certain things, the uncomfortable circumstances, the mind over what do they say?
Talking about mind over matter.
Mind over matter situations. Like, there were times in the military where, yes, if I open my eyes, I'm very stressed. But I found a way to let my body operate and my mind be like separate, if that makes sense. Or like maybe even my spirit was just separate, you know, and my body was just an action figure. It was just an action. I'll get hurt and I wouldn't even say ouch. You know what I mean? It's just.
It's kind of like you have to turn into like a, literally, I know it's cliche, but you literally have to turn into a machine. I mean, literally. You turn into a machine. Even if you feel pain, you just keep pushing forward.
You're just numb. So to think you have a stress card during training, it's like, bro, you're not going to survive. Like, you won't survive, which is why.
So that's why, exactly. And a lot of, I don't know. I mean, things are so crazy now. Like, people, I don't know if they get promoted faster for having a stress card or not. Because now, when they did all that woke crap in the military, you know, they were promoting people that didn't deserve. They were promoting people that, putting them in leadership roles that were feminists that didn't really earn it. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying there are people that have earned it, but they didn't. They were not earning it. And then you had a lot of people that did earn it, and they didn't get the leadership position. They didn't get promoted. So, and I'm not going to trash the military because of that. I'm not going to knock the military at all, but I'm just saying it for what it is here. You know, but at the same time, I don't know. They probably would promote, I think now, if someone did not have a stress card, they'll probably promote them faster than the person who does have a stress card. But see, things are so, even now, they're so crazy now. Still, I don't know if they'd still do that to where they would promote someone who's woke, you know what I mean? Faster than someone who actually earned it the right way.
We do. We have a lot of people that have joined of recent years that they don't really care to do anything Army for real. Know what I mean? I don't know. So I don't want to get too deep into that because, you know. But yeah, man, stress card. Yeah, things are different.
All out with their pants sitting on their calf muscles and shit. Like, this is probably not the generation to be thinking about a draft. You might have to wait a few years into the future and hoping that shit changes, but this generation, y'all is tripping. Man, could you really?
Like, they make you cut your hair, all that nice hair you gotta cut it.
What's probably going to happen with the military too is they'll probably have to use retired older type war vets to get back to teach the younger generation. But even then, they'll probably put them on the front lines too. They'll probably put them on they'll use them, and they'll probably use athletic athletes. They'll probably draft them too, a lot of athletes that are from like the NBA, professional sports, NFL, MLB. Like, if this gets really bad enough, I guarantee you that's going to be a part of all this. You'll see this.
You know, now.
And of course, it would definitely be a lot of American citizens. It would be, well, I mean, of course, professional athletes, a lot of them are American citizens. Not everyone is an American citizen, but of course, most American citizens, they would be drafted into this. And professional athletes.
Oh, like before, when I was actively, you know, doing military things, you were able to have a shaving profile. I'm hearing now you can't even have a shaving profile. I'm hearing now you can't even have a shaving profile. Y'all gonna see real soon, I'm gonna be without this. I mean, because for y'all that don't know, I'm in my process. You know, I'm in my process, you know. But in that process, I still have to report. You know, I still have to check in and stuff like that or whatever. And in checking in, I gotta put my uniform on. In putting my uniform on, I'm gonna have to shave this, But yeah, man, it's gonna be
Gonna
crazy.
be something one day.
Bro, I think World War III just started.
Damn. We still doing tacos on Friday or no?
No, like the government might actually draft us.
Take nothing
Okay,
serious.
but they've seen me parallel park, right? I'm a liability.
I just Googled how to break your own ankle.
I told my mom I was gonna be something one day. I didn't mean a headline.
They said we might have to report somewhere.
Bro, I don't even report to my 9 to 5 on time. They want me in a war zone?
I have $7 in my bank account and one functioning lung.
Send someone else. I got asthma, scoliosis, trust issues.
Disabled.
Pick a struggle, Uncle Sam.
If I get drafted, I'm showing up in a crop top and emotional damage.
I'm throwing hands passively.
I don't even run when my car's about to get towed. You think I'm gonna run into combat?
My war strategy is cry, then faint.
Nigga said I'm throwing heads passively. Yo, I ain't never heard that before. I'm gonna throw my heads passively. That is hilarious. I've never heard of that before.
I'm bringing a ring light to the trenches. If I die, we're getting views.
POV, you're in World War III, but trying to go viral.
Drop a bomb? No. Drop a link in bio.
If they draft me, I'm showing up with zero cardio and a questionable attitude.
I'm hiding behind someone with a mortgage.
I'm gonna act medically confused until they send me home. What's a leg again?
Bro, I think World War III just started.
Damn. We still doing talk?
Nah, that was mad funny. Yeah, Gen
Y'all
Z's not
talking about a possible military draft. Do y'all know that this generation is openly and willingly to volunteer for jail before joining the armed services? This generation will tell you straight up, I will go to prison before
I think
they
it
go
says
to
like 1 year
goddamn
or
the
something like
military,
that.
bro. Like, this generation is not gonna join no draft. Mind you, in prison, they got cell phones.
Bro, prison would become a college dorm. It would be filled with regular Gen Z people, not no criminals. It'll be filled with regular people, niggas in there like, bro, what you in for? You ain't want to go to the war? Yeah, nigga, I ain't want to go to the war either. But I'm acting tough because there's a couple killers in this motherfucker. So,
That's exactly a lot of people will be like.
nigga, look right, nigga, don't blink. It's going to be like,
Yeah, I'll hold your shoulders back, which you should for good posture, but they'll do it to try to act tough. But, I mean, of course, you should hold your shoulders back for good posture and good confidence.
college in there. After a while, there's mad regular people in there. They starting new basketball leagues, 1v1 leagues, and everything. You know what I mean? Like, all right,
Basically, have a minor league, professional league in jail for sports.
well, I guess this is just where the new population is.
Hey, for all we know, that could be a new thing. Professional sports in jail. We'll have it on TV.
New populations in prison. Everybody be hiding and running a whole bunch of shit.
They got cell phones, they got the gym, they be having a blast sometimes. Boy, I be looking at their TikToks like, why am I watching them on TikTok? Nigga, you're not supposed to be seeing shit. You're not even supposed to know TikTok exists. And y'all talk about something. Oh, there's gonna be a military draft. Ain't nobody going. Ain't nobody signing up. Nigga, they will hurt themselves before getting put into any position. Don't nobody want to go do no duck walk butt ass naked, get their booty hole poked to go fucking fight in a war that they don't even see
How do we get? Okay, anyhow.
fit. They don't see the reason.
Duck walk, butt ass nigga. What year you living in?
Yeah, but I don't know. What in the world?
I ain't never. Yo, look, man. I've never had to do actually, the craziest thing I ever had to do was before the military. Anybody that ever had to get a physical before, where they, know what I mean? They got you touching your toes and stuff. Like, I've never had to do no crazy nothing. Now that I think about it, I think we had on like boxes or something. Yeah, I think we had on boxes because we did do it with duck walk. Now that I think about it, that was in like MEPS. That's like in the very beginning, but that's not like a training thing. It's something that you and like maybe 10 other people are in the room doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, this shit do sound a little crazy when I think about it. Got 10 men just duck walking in boxes. The things I've done.
You know the proper cause. There's not a single valid reason that we've been given on why we are even over there. We're not fighting for our country. We're fighting for a white man, and I'm sick of that shit. Y'all talking about a possible.
Yeah, and that's part of the major problem is.
Yeah, but then it's not about race. it's about, and I know people say, "Oh, you're white." Of course, you're gonna say that because you're white. But it's not about race. It's about who's in power. It's about who's the one. Like, it's about what are you? What is this war based off of? What are we fighting for? And the sad reality is, if we're just gonna say it for what it is, nobody's fighting for nothing. This is all corrupt corporate greed. That's where it all comes down to at the end of the day. It's all money. It's not about freedom or patriotism. It's about money. See, freedom and patriotism is just an excuse. It's they just use that kind of like as a marketing tool to get you in. But really, it's not about freedom or patriotism. It's just about fighting to cover up someone else's dirty laundry and someone else's to get them more richer, basically.
Problem is, a lot of people don't even know why. You know, is the draft real? Is it something that we should actually be scared of, right? Let's see.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So today,
Oh, yeah, I've seen this guy. It's a YouTuber.
we are going to be talking about a hot topic that's been going on right now. I'm sure most of you have seen it in the news and YouTube videos, and that is going to be the changes to the United States military draft system, automatically registering young men for the draft. So pucker your fucking butts, Gen Z. You're about to go fight in the trenches of Ukraine. So, talk about three things today, and for those of you who may be new to the channel and are wondering what the hell does this guy know about anything, I'm a retired Green Beret, did over 10 years in Army Special Forces, a lot of combat, a lot of war, so I understand what this draft system is really for, okay? So, three things we're going to talk about: the changes to the draft system and my opinions on
Yeah, same here. I thank the guy for his service, too.
the draft in general, and a lot of talk recently about women being forced to register for the draft, and then conscription, okay, which is a system a lot of countries use, basically require their civilians when they turn 18 to join the military for a few years, okay? So I'll give my perspective on each of these, right? So let's get into the first one, changes to the draft, okay? So for those of you who didn't know, the way the system used to work, or at the moment works, when men turn 18, they are legally required to register for selective service, the draft, okay? Well, how is this going to change due to the bill in the House? It's just passed. It needs to move on to the Senate still. It will automatically register you for the draft when you turn 18, okay? So what changes? Really nothing, okay? You were legally required to do it anyway. Let's say a huge war did kick off and the draft was enacted. Even if you didn't register for the draft, they would still just draft you, and you would still just go to war or go to prison, okay? So a lot of people freaking out for no reason because it's not actually going to change anything. But then why are we talking about this, right? Why is this something that's going in the House, through the House or Congress? Well, because where we're at right now in the military with retention and recruitment, it is starting to look like we may have to force people to join the military.
I hate to say this, but it might happen. America might turn into a wasteland, and it will just be militias in America. And then America won't even be America anymore. It would just be another country. It would be like probably China or Russia. It probably Iran too. It'd probably be an Islamic country, an Islamic takeover, basically.
What if instead of designing thumbnails, you could just paste your YouTube link into our AI and it would create scrolls?
So I do know that for sure, because I know a lot of people that are recruiters, and your retention is very low, and it's about to dip even deeper. And what that means, retention and recruiting. Retention is keeping people in, and recruiting is getting people to come in. It's not going to be a lot of people joining the military. In the next few years, there's not going to be a lot of people to join the military. Not going to be a lot of people to re-enlist into the military. That retention, keeping them. And because of that, we're going to have to find other means. You're going to have to find other means. If a war starts.
See, but here's the thing. Good night. If a war started, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. I don't even think people would go. It would probably turn into a civil war in our country. Even though we'd be in a war with another country. While we're having a civil war in our own country. because people they probably they won't play along with it.
If a war starts and people aren't joining, they're gonna make people join. I could definitely see that happen.
Seeing if they make people join, as I said, that might turn into a civil war.
To meet our national defense readiness standards, okay? Not a great situation to be in, right? So let's talk about a draft in general, in my opinion on it, okay? So we do have, you know, knowledge about how well a draft works because America's actually used it multiple times. We used it in Vietnam, didn't work very well. We used it in World War II, worked a little bit better, but
Yeah, more false flag wars that really didn't even have to happen. That never should have happened.
that was a different time, different generation, right? So today, what do I think about a draft? Okay, whereas someone who actually has fought these wars and been in combat and been in, you know, actual serious situations like near ambushes, you know, didn't get these Valor Awards for nothing. I can tell you, you cannot force people to fight. Okay, you just can't do it, right? And this generation especially is not equipped for being forced to fight a war, okay? Do you think these people are ready to go fight in the trenches of Ukraine?
Nope.
Probably not going to go very well, okay? So,
And we shouldn't even be. Oh man, it's just all this stuff. It's just so insane. I mean, even Zelensky's corrupt as crap. Zelensky's literally a freaking warlock. See, this is the thing what I hate. I hate it for the Ukrainian people, and I hate it because even Zelensky and the government, they were sending pregnant women on the front lines and mentally retarded people in the war. I mean, it's screwed up stuff. People that don't deserve to die. And the higher ups, you know, they don't have to go to war. It's sad, man. All this should have never happened.
so anyone who's been in combat over the last 20 years, not just soft like me, but infantry, Marines, have all seen the people that curl up into a little ball and basically just wait to die, okay? War is not for everybody. Combat is not for everybody. It's not for most people. 9 out of 10 people could not handle being in combat, okay? Even the people some of the toughest guys you'll see are the ones the first to basically just curl up in the ball and wait to die, okay? So that is why, and we saw it in Vietnam, right? That was the big, all these kids that had wanted nothing to do with the war, forced into the jungle. Bad situation, okay? The other really nasty part about if you need a draft, it's because a huge war has broken out. What does that mean? You need people immediately. So what do? We take these kids fresh off the street, give them 8 weeks of training and basic training, and immediately send them into war, okay, with basically no training. Really, really bad system, okay? It's what Russia's doing. It's what Ukraine's doing.
See, and they're cannon fodder. That's what's going on here.
It's not great, okay? Again, you need soldiers, not children who don't know what they're doing at the end of the day, all right? So, now, who are we actually going to be recruiting through the draft, okay? Again, so Gritty Soldier's got a really good clip about this that we're going to go ahead and watch because I think that he's got one of the better videos on it. So watch this. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So today we are going to be...
Okay, well, I hope you guys gained some valuable information from this. I wouldn't take this lightly. I would take this very seriously. To everyone who's watching this is your life. I mean, this is my life. This is all of our lives. This is very serious. Very serious. I don't think Americans are taking this serious enough. I really don't. I don't even think a lot of people in churches are taking this really serious. I think people, they're comfortable. I don't think people really understand how badly this could go. How badly it already is going. Ever since 2020, things went straight to hell. Things went crazy. Ever since 2020, things have never been the same, and we're never going back to normal. People that think we're going back to normal, they're in a whole different reality. We're not. It's not going back to normal.
It's just going to get crazy from here. And I'm not a pessimist. I only say this as a warning to basically tell people to be prepared. And even people that are prepared still, that might not even be enough. Because that's how crazy things are probably going to pan out in America. I mean, this is very, very serious. It's not some little joke over here to where people are thinking that things are just going to go back to normal and life is just going to be cookies and rainbows and sugar plums and daisies and roses. It's just not going to be that way. It's just not. And now's the time to be very serious and lock in. But at the same time, keep your head on straight. So, we'll see how this pans out. We'll see how it pans out. In my personal opinion, I don't really have. I don't think this is going to pan out well. I really don't. I think this is going to be. I mean, it's already full-blown chaos, but this is only just the beginning. Ever since 2020, this has been the beginning. Really, actually, before 2020, it's probably been the beginning ever since the beginning of time. But I would say maybe during the 80s and 90s, that's when it was like the real beginning of like the real damages of America. Or maybe, I don't know, ever since, I'd say, I don't know, maybe the 50s and 60s, 70s, those eras. That's when it was the start of course, all the corruption that's been in America. But even that, it's been longer than that too. It's been long because corruption's been here ever since the beginning of time, ever since the beginning of this earth. Corruption's always been here. Evil's always been here in this world. So we'll see how this pans out. We'll see how it pans out. I don't like this. I really don't. I don't want any of this to happen.
Consider this as a possibility, because the way America is being ran right now, anything is possible.
And see, there's a lot of people that are warmongers. They want war to happen, but really, if they were smart, they would realize you don't want this to happen. Because what happens when you run out of food and water? Well, what are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? What happens when you have people that are dying that are close to you? Which, God forbid, I don't want that to happen. God forbid that will not happen. We hope that won't happen. But at the end of the day, reality is reality. So I don't have a good feeling about this. And there's a lot of people that romance about war, but war is very horrific, very ugly. And I know, like, a lot of you viewers, you already know, a lot of you already know this stuff already. You already know this stuff's horrific, dude. This stuff is ugly. This stuff is, we don't want this to happen. Then there's a lot of people that do want this to happen, because they have a romance about it, but it's not, we don't want this to happen. And I'm not a person that's, when push comes to shove, I'm a person that will, I'm anti-war, but if I have to defend myself, I will. But I'm just like, we don't have to do all this. We don't have to. This is unnecessary. It's unnecessary casualties. It's unnecessary liabilities. This doesn't have to happen. We don't need this. We do not need this to happen. We don't. We don't need this.
I think as America, we're extremely spoiled because nothing crazy has happened.
And see, I agree with him. America is very spoiled. You got people that are in other countries, they are freaking hungry. They're hungry. They are being trained super soldiers. They're ready for war. America's not. America, let's just say it for what it is. America is filled with spoiled brats. America is filled with entitled people. America is filled with people that have no appreciation for anything. Not everyone, but a lot of people, they're already conditioned, they're already programmed, they're entitled, they're very unappreciative. They have no gratitude. They don't care what happens to their fellow man. They don't care. They've turned into full-blown nihilists.
In the mainlands since, what can we say, 9/11, which is 25 years ago now. So it's almost to the point where we're a little bit like, oh, we're protected. We have like a clear shield over us, and it's not possible. Now, I'm somebody that I will vouch for our military and say, like, when the whole cartel thing happened, I was just like, yeah, all right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all want it with America's military. I just didn't see that being something that they want. You know what I mean? Because I know our military, like, we have artillery. We have them guys. You know what I mean? We have Rangers. Like, you know what I mean? We have Special Forces, Navy SEALs. Like, we don't have some dudes with hoods on their head killing randoms. You know what I mean? So, I am somebody that speaks on the behalf of our military a lot. But what I will say, that when you have a world war, things get a little bit different. Because China get down. You know what I mean? If you watch some of their training video, Russia get down.
See, China and Russia, they're not playing games. In America, we got too many people playing games. And I'm all for it. Like, here's the thing. I root for our military. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for all of our military. But the military, even the military, there has been a lot of infiltration going on, corruption going on. And the reason why I'm saying the stuff I'm saying is because I don't want more Americans being killed over freaking people that don't give a crap about them. They only care about their power and money. But I do not hate the military. The military is... I respect... I have family members that are in the military. I have a lot of lineage of my family that's been in the military. So, even though I'm not a military brat, I never was a military brat, but, that's the thing. People, they don't understand the consequences of all this. They don't get it. They don't get it until it's too late.
Yeah, so when you start talking about a world war, you're talking about something a lot bigger, which is why I haven't spoke much on this, because I don't have enough knowledge of the full situation. It's like I'm getting little trinkets, and then, I want to trust what I see, but then I can't trust, so it just gets real tricky. But I will say this, I would take it serious. I would take it serious, and I would keep up with it. Do your push-ups, do your ruck marches. Fellas, sprint drag carries, look up the PT test. This sounds crazy to some people, but just consider it. The worst thing that can happen is you just get really fit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Comment down below. What do y'all think about all of this? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications, and all that good stuff. You want to make some extra money just playing games on your phone, you got to do is click the link in the description below, the link in the comment section. These apps are literally paying.
Anyhow, please, I'm saying the same thing. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next vid. I hope to God this doesn't happen. I really do. I hope to God this does not happen. I hope that everything will pan out greatly to where we're not more, but how things are looking, it's not looking too good. But we'll see how it rolls. But I'll see you on the next video.